We're deep in the heart of summer 2015, and for a lot of people, summertime means camp time. So, very appropriately, Netflix has released their new series, or mini series, I guess is more appropriate to call it, Wet Hot American Summer. First Day of Camp. This, of course, is a prequel to the 2001 film from David Wayne and Michael Showalter, Wet Hot American Summer. And I wanted to talk about this movie just a little bit. This is definitely what you'd kind of classify as a cult movie. And I'd profess to being a member of that cult. I love the movie. I think it's so funny, so bizarre. And I was watching it again after watching the Netflix series. And kind of one thing that I found pretty charming about it was just how gradually it eases into its own absurdity. Like, the movie, it's like a spoof of camp movies, sort of. Not really anything specific, but just kind of those types of movies, specifically from the 80s. But just how gradually it eased into being so bizarre, like maybe the first 25 minutes or so, you kind of think, okay, this is just kind of a quirky comedy about kids at camp, whatever. But then it reaches like the point of no return where the montage when they go into town. And so first you see them like having fun, eating McDonald's or whatever, sneaking cigarettes. Then they're like beating up old ladies, buying cocaine, mainlining heroin, and things like that. So then you realize this movie is created by insane people. So that's very charming. And it's just a weird, bizarre, stupid, but so funny movie. And the thing is, I mean, I guess it is considered cult because, one, it's not like it was a huge hit or anything like that. And two, it is just this very acquired taste. A lot of people, I'm sure, don't or won't appreciate it. And not because you don't really get the humor, just because it has to tune into your sense of humor. And I think it tunes into my sense of humor. And the same can be said of the new series, Wet Hot American Summer, First Day of Camp. Definitely it doesn't ease into the bizarreness. It gets right into it. So it knows full well who the audience is, who this is for. And I'm sure there are a lot of people, who will go into it and maybe not knowing the movie, or maybe knowing the movie too, and just thinking, what the fuck is this? This is the stupidest, most bizarre piece of crap ever, but I love it. It is, I'll tell you right now, I'll try to keep spoilers to a minimum, but I think this is just a great miniseries, and really kind of captures what, all those years ago, the movie was able to capture, this very bizarre sense of humor, which I love. And like, definitely you feel like one of the goals of this miniseries was to kind of give the craziest type of backstories to the characters. Like, definitely you look at some of them. This is quite a few times later. It was 2001. The original movie came out, so some people have aged better than others. Like, you have Paul Rudd, who obviously, he must be taking, young pills or something. He's got to have like a picture in the back room, a painting that's growing older and older or something like that. He looks just the way he did back in 2000, which is amazing. Michael Showalter, maybe not so much, but they do kind of end up poking jokes at how old they actually are, and they just give these bizarre backstories, and I think some of them work a little bit better than others. For one thing, I mean, one backstory that they kind of give that was a little bit weird. We have the Molly Shannon character from the first movie, who her kind of deal was, her kind of joke was, she's having husband troubles and things like that. But then she realized, like in this prequel series, we realize she's just this serial marriageist, if that's a word. Anyway, she's getting married to the chef character played by Christopher Maloney. And we get a little bit of his backstory too. He's like this clean-cut, super nice guy, and he has a dark past, and he's in the military, of course. So that was kind of fun to see. And Elizabeth Banks, actually, it turns out the whole time she was a news reporter undercover, which I thought was kind of nice. Some of the little, twists to the backstories work better than others. What's great is that we do see the original cast here. We have everybody, and like during this whole series, I was like, when is David Hyde Pierce going to show up? And he has this nice little vignette. He's not in it too much, which kind of makes sense considering how the movie sort of works. But they do give him a backstory too. As a struggling professor, astrophysicist, whatever. I thought that was really good. So I mean, it really kind of explodes with all these crazy backstories, including government conspiracies and excommunicated rock gods, the camp across the way who's full of the rich snobby kids who have a feud, and it all kind of comes together. And I thought it comes together in a pretty funny way. the best part is Chris Pine singing that song that we all wanted to hear. Show me the fever, into the fire, taking it higher and higher. It's so great. I mean, I just had a smile on my face for the whole time. I really did. I think it's something, if you are a fan of the movie, it just delivers in every way possible, in my opinion. And in watching the movie again, I kind of thought, I wish the movie was longer. Like, you got to think, this miniseries, it's in 30-minute episodes. There's 8 episodes. This is like a 4-hour movie, basically. And it's just full of this crazy, inane humor and fun cameos all over the place. Never a dull moment. Such bizarre humor, but I loved it. I love seeing the original cast back. I love the new things that they had to offer. I just love how this is completely balls to the wall, crazy humor that, we don't really see that too much in, like, say, like a American type of humor. A lot of it can be pretty formulaic, sitcomish. This one is just not even on that trajectory. It's just completely bizarre. So I can understand if someone not familiar with the show or with the movie sees, hey, a comedy series on Netflix, hey, Paul Rudd, cool. No, I mean, you gotta like this type of humor. You gotta like the weird kind of stuff. What can I say? But I loved it. I thought it was great. A smile on my face the whole time, as I said. I really do think this is probably the most triumphant return for a cult hit since Netflix did it for Arrested Development. So it was glorious. I loved it. It's supremely rewatchable. So definitely, if it gets a Blu-ray DVD release, I definitely want to pick that up too. Especially if they have the special fart track, like they have on the DVD for Wet Hot American Summer. Anyway, that's my review of Wet Hot American Summer, the first day of camp. Thanks so very much for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, I'll see you later.